he taught so many lessons about how to be a good human being, how to be fully loving even when people are difficult, because he saw the divine in every face, even when they were inimical. Even when someone was doing something difficult for him, he would say, I must have some runa, some debt. And then he would still say, that's still divine. He taught me, he'd always say, you wrote the script. Whenever I would complain about like how life was going, he would say, you wrote the script. You wrote the script. And that was not easy to digest sometimes. But in some ways, it's very beautiful and very useful. He says the soul is the one who's giving you all these lessons. It's a perfect environment. So everything we experience is a blessing. But that's hard to understand. What if you lose your hand or something? But he would say, no, that's still a blessing. And if you see someone suffering, you can recognize that it's their journey, but then you feel the love of the divine, and you decide to take on some of that karma, some of that suffering. And that's the way to be like the sort of motherliness that he sees in Divine Mother. And that's, I think, why he was very fond of Chinnamasta. When he would say who his Ishta Devata was, sometimes he would say Mahamariaman, sometimes he would say Chinnamasta. But I think that goddess who is chopping off her head to feed her children, and in the process becoming more blissful herself, embodies how Dad lived, like that sort of sacrifice and growth and selflessness. But it's very joy. Like the sacrifice is the joy. When he built this temple for us, it was an enormous undertaking. He infused so much of his life force, and I can't imagine all the ordeals he had to put up with to assume this much karma from bringing so many people closer to remembering who they are. But it's such a fantastic boon to have known him, and I'm so glad that like we can all be here celebrating the brilliant life that he lived. He was a man of so many different facets. It boggles my mind. I only found out his birth name a few days ago from my cousin, who said that when the brothers were born, they were all born. His first name was Krishna Kumar. His brother's name was Vijaya Kumar. His dad's name was Ganapati Kumar. Their last name was Pillai. They dropped the Pillai because my grandfather was like a Renaissance man who was in the spirit of Indian independence and didn't want to cast a specific name. So first he's Krishna Kumar Pillai, then he's just Krishna Kumar, and then on one of his travel documents he wrote his name as Ganapati Hamsavati Kumar, which were his parents' names, and then he becomes Ganapati Krishna Kumar when he comes to America as a way to honor his father. So he was like that. He lived a life of immense sacrifice, and he did it joyously. And he was very playful and mischievous, and he really lived up to like his name, Krishna. One time when one of the dogs died, he had put a pacemaker into the dog, and he wanted to have the pacemaker donated after, and the vet said, no, we don't cut out. He took a scalpel and went to the back where Oscar was, and he cut out the pacemaker himself. So he had that sort of personality. He was a boxer and a wrestler. He was a great racquetball player, and a fantastic physician, and a big mystic. He would keep it to himself, and he would never show it off, but everyone who knows him would have these experiences. Like one time one of my pets died, and he called me, and he said, I just want to prepare you. You're going to go find it. I don't sense its energy in my prayogam, so be ready. I think it passed away. And it was gone. And stuff like that, everyone knows who knows him. He has this connection to the divine. I didn't realize the value in that nearly soon enough, but if you asked him the right questions, you could have an immediate new umbilical cord to Divine Mother in the feedback he would give you. So I'm so excited to be sitting here and hearing everyone's experiences of my dad, to hear these marvelous things and to celebrate his life. And I mean, yeah, I miss him a lot. We miss him a lot. He was a father to so many. So thank you, everyone, for coming, and yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Ganesh. Next is Pam.
I have to ask everybody's forgiveness. I'm too emotional right now. The only thing I can convey is that all of us are more blessed than we can comprehend in this life because of him. Thank you, honey. God bless you. We love you and miss you. Thank you. Thank you, Dad.
You can put some flowers in. Thank you. Pam, Pam. So, Dr. Tauraja Keski.
Thank you. Well, hi, everyone. I'm not going to speak for a long time because I think the best description is what Ganesh and others wrote in his obituary, and I encourage you all to read that if you haven't already read it. It has so many wonderful things about his life. I've known Doctor for 50 years. He was my mentor, my teacher, my friend for 50 years. He was always there for me. Anytime I had a problem, a question, it didn't matter what time of night, what the silly question was, something would bother me terribly. He was always there to make it lighter, give an answer that just made everything okay. And I can't believe he's not here. It seems like he's still here. I look at his picture here and it's like he should be here. So there's a hole in my heart where he was. And I'm sure it's the same hole in the heart of each of you. But he doesn't want it to be a hole. He wants it to be filled with everything he tried to teach us. And everything he stood for that we can carry on with a part of him that we have in us. Because he did teach us so much. He was so dedicated, and he was so determined that he started this temple, this magnificent place, from an idea. It was nothing. There wasn't a building. There wasn't a place. It was just a concept, and it was his determination and his vision. So his vision that should fill that hole is that we should all be connected to Divine Mother, because that was his vision in making this place, was so that each of us could be connected personally. And he always emphasized that Divine Mother has a personal connection with each of us. And if we didn't feel that, he would feel that for us and tell it to us. Well, he's not here physically to tell us, so we have to find that connection ourselves and remember, if we can't, remember him and remember all of his teachings. I could have a lot of stories, but those are kind of irrelevant to the main focus. The one thing that he always said is, I'll leave you with one last thing. He always said, reality is opposite of what we think it is. And when you think about that, and the other thing he said about it is, the ultimate reality is hilarious. So there's nothing serious, there's nothing dramatic. It's all a huge humanistic play that's the opposite of what we think it is. And that's what he tried to teach us. And I hope that that will carry on with all of you in that hole that he will fill for us in his absence. And that's all about all I have to say. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Doctor. You can put the flowers now.
Hi. I have known Dr. Kumar for almost 25 years. I joined the temple with the first Kumbhabhishekam. He was a dashing, very successful gastroenterologist at that time. He sacrificed his life for mother. What he did was, as time goes, I can see he was more and more getting out of the medicine practice. He was more concerned about how to promote mother, how to make sure everybody believes mother. And he always used to say, we are both the same age. We were both born in August 1941. We are only 18 days apart. He used to tell me, whenever I see you, I'm happy, because that means I'm doing okay. So we are going to miss him. I don't think anybody has sacrificed an entire life just to promote mother. Thank you.
இப்படி வாங்க.
My association is not as long as Dr. Keski or Dr. Tavaraja says, but I've known Dr. Kumar for the last, I would say 7 years, very closely, but I've known him since 1999 when we started coming to the temple, so it's been a long association. But what's very incredible for me is he's gone, but I don't feel he's gone, which is, it's an oxymoron, but every time I walk into the temple or sometimes I'm driving, I still think of him. He's a man who always smiled. Whenever you saw him, you always saw him with a smile. Towards the end, sometimes when he had difficulty to walk and we would help him walk and all that, still he always had a great smile. Something that the minute you see him and he smiled, whatever your problems were in life, they would, at least for the minute, go away. And he always gave a lot of confidence and courage to fight the battles during some of the most trying times in my own life. He always told me, Kishan, nothing's constant. Everything is dynamic, things change, and just gotta hang in there, and before you know it's gonna be gone. And it really works that way. Every time I really find something challenging, I think of what doctor said, and 5 days later, 10 days later, 15 days later, it's usually gone. So there are so many incredible things that I guess he shared with so many people here. And the best way to celebrate life is to come to the temple, develop the connection with Mother more, and celebrate his life. That's something that he has given all of us. Thank you.
Some flowers.
So in the Hindu tradition, it is said that, when a person passes, it is good to come and say a few words about that person. So that's the whole idea of the eulogy. So if you haven't signed up, I would say even if you're not the extrovert type, please sign up and say a few words about Dr. Kumar. I'm sure he's listening, and it is a good thing to do. It's a punya kind of thing to say a good word about somebody who passed away. So please sign up. So I've known Dr. Kumar since 2005. I had the privilege of working with him very closely. We didn't have a lot of volunteers at that time. So 2005 to 2013, I would spend a lot of hours with him every day. I made all his slides for him. I would be the first one to know all the information. and I would send all the emails personally. For 8 years, I did that. I did a lot of volunteering in the temple in many areas. So I had known him very closely. We also had a business together. We owned a few commercial properties here in Waterford and other areas that we sold later. Very, very great person. Once I lost my job, back in, I think it was 2005. So, I called him because I couldn't tell my wife or my parents, and he was like even though he was my dad's age, I was very close to him. I'd confide in him. So I'd say, "Doctor, I lost my job." And he's like, "Oh, don't worry. In the grand scheme of things, time doesn't matter. Wait." So after 1 month, I would call him, "Doctor, no job." I said, "No, 1 month is nothing. Wait." So he'd always give me that courage. And now I have a couple of businesses. I don't need a job. So 3 years ago, I resigned my job because I couldn't handle everything. So I have 2 businesses. So then I told him, "Doctor, I'm going to resign my job." He said, "Yeah, fine." So, and then I got bored sitting at home. The money is one thing, but I need to keep my brain occupied. So I called him one day and said, "Doctor, I got a job with BAE Systems. It's a big defense contractor." And this was 3 years ago. And he said, "What? Somebody gave you a job?" "No, who's that?" So, I kind of missed the courage that he gave me. Yeah, so, a lot of things I can say, but, one thing that I can share from my perspective is that he had many skills, but one skill that is very profound is that he had Arulvake. Arulvake in Tamil is a divine word that comes through you. And not everything he said was Arulvake. If you tuned into the frequency, it was spot on. And I personally benefited from many of those. And we captured those. It's called Pearls of Wisdom. It's on the temple website. So when you get a chance, please go to the temple website, look it up. Maybe there is one thing in there that may strike a chord and you can benefit from it. There's nothing, but I think I'll kind of share what other people said. I think Dr. Keski, Dr. Raja, Kishan all said the same thing. He's not here, but I don't miss him. Because even today, I guess it's based on how spiritual you are. I was walking out of my house with my wife, getting in the car, and I saw him. If I tell you, you'd think I'm crazy. But, so the souls kind of give you some indication. So I don't really miss him. And I think, we should celebrate people's lives because the one certainty in life is death. Everybody here is going to die one day. So there is no point in grieving beyond a certain point. So we should celebrate the person's life. One thing I'd say in closing is that when he was in the hospital, passing away in the last few days, both his gurus came to him. The Chidambaram guru, through people. And, you can say, how did the guru come to him? But, it's an experience. So there is a volunteer called Subbu from Arizona. So he called me out of the blue, and he said, there is a temple in Tanjore. It's called Panaganallur Mariamman Temple. It is 5 kilometers from the big temple, the Periya Kovil in Tanjore. Okay, 5 kilometers from there. Dr. Kumar was very close to the Tanjore temple, the Varahi deity over there. So I felt that it's the Guru's calling. And the Subbu tells me that, we should light a Moksha Deepa in this temple, in the Mariamman temple. So we did that. His other guru, Goswami ji, his son, Srivatsa Goswami, he has a disciple in Virginia called Karishma. She called out of the blue. I don't even know her. She came from Virginia. Many of you saw her. She did lots of healing for Dr. Kumar. And she kind of made sure that the soul passes in the right way to the right place. So that's the blessing of the other guru, Srivatsa Goswami. So I think both the gurus made sure that, he's gone to the best place possible. And, he's there. He's not suffering anymore. So I think we should be happy in a way and celebrate his life and kind of try to perceive that he's here so you don't miss him. Thank you.
Put some flowers and go. Hariji, come. You just stand there. You just stand there.
Namaste. I see everybody. I think I know most of the people here. So I don't know her. Neither her. It's been a long time, right? The GM quit business. You're still in Chicago, right? Good to see you, everybody. I think if the Dr. Kumar was here, you wouldn't have got this much crowd. But I know Kumar since 2000, I think. And then he ran into me either in his office or the temple. He said, we'll install Jagannath at the temple. I said, sure, whenever you say. I got the statues in my house ready for you whenever you say. He said, how about Janmashtami, birth of Krishna? That's usually in August month. It's fine. I have the dresses. I have the statues already in my house. If you say, I'll just bring it. And I talked to the priest. Who was the priest that time? No, before that. No. Well, Jay Kumar was a side priest. He was not a full priest.
Swami Mama.
Swami Mama was there. No, he wasn't there. Parmeshwar was there. Parmeshwar. Is there a little banquet? Anyway, that was a long story. And we did that installation in Janmashtami. And I remembered about last month, I did install Jagannath in the Florida Hindu Temple, PBHS, Palm Beach Hindu Mandir. So last Janmashtami, I installed Jagannath there. It was well received. There's a big crowd of the devotees of Ram. They say Siya Ram, all the time. Because these people who went to British, Trinidad or French, these people are originally from UP and Bihar. And the Britishers took them because they're good harvester for the coconut temple and coconut trees or banana trees, all those kinds of trees who have a lot of fruits. That's what our friend Bhattji, he's nearby that temple, PBHS temple, and he sells us a lot of coconut leaves, lot of coconuts, banana leaves, bananas. They send it over here during the holidays. Anyway, I can talk forever because I probably know him the most. Maybe. I think. I have spent a lot of times in the yards here guarding all the assets in the around area. So Margaret and I used to sleep here outside. Anyway, thank you so much for coming. I think he remembers you well. And we have good memories of him and all the crowd here. Thank you.
Thanks for everybody coming here. So, the first time I came to the temple, this is the journey of myself to mother and doctor. In 99 or 98 end, they were opening the temple, and I didn't know about it. So I was living in Southfield, and there is a gentleman named called Kuti Venkat. He came from India. He landed. As soon as he landed, because he didn't have a apartment or anything, so we went and picked him from the airport, and we brought him to our apartment. I was a bachelor at the time. So he came to our apartment. I don't know what happened. He said, oh, there is some mother temple, Amma temple is going to get open. Can we go? So we both came first time to this temple. That's the day the whole journey started. So since 99, I've been a devotee to this temple till 2008-9 period. We only get involved for Lord Muruga related functions. That is the connection. So our relationship for about 8-9 years is all about a devotee. So as Napan always says, we stand in one of the corner, we come, we pray, and we go home. So after 2008-9 period, we started getting involved. And one day doctor said, why don't you join the executive committee? I did even ask him, like, what made you to call? He said, it's not my call, it is mother's call. So as everybody said, it's something in his mind, whatever it comes, he just shares with people. One thing which I learned quite a bit from Dr. Kumar is, during those executive meetings, even though the meeting is an hour and a half, but at least for 1 hour, he talks a lot about the information. At least in my life, I've never even did Google search and did not learn anything. Whatever I learned about devotions and anything related to devotions is only through Dr. Kumar in those 1 hour meeting. And he makes sure that he repeated certain information so it get registered in our mind. Few experiences I got, one of them is like this. So during, I think this was recent, 3-4 years back, I think it's my anniversary, I believe. So me and Visa started leaving a home. When I left home, when I was about to leave the home, I was thinking I need to get doctor's blessings. And it is something like a Wednesday, Thursday. It's a very odd day, not Tuesday, not Friday, not Sunday. It's a very odd day, normal day, nothing special day. But when I leave in the evening, I thought I want to get Dr. Kumar's blessings. So I know that it's not going to happen unless otherwise I call him, I go to his home and whatnot, right? So I left, came back, came into temple, I did regular puja, archana, everything. Me and Visa is about to leave the temple, and he was started coming in from his parking lot, and Pam is holding him and started bringing him in. I saw him in the parking lot, I literally cried. I asked him very innocently, like a son asking a father, right? So doctor, what made you to come today? And this is his response. He said, I don't know, I was just sitting in my couch, something was telling me I should go to temple. That is literally unbelievable for me. I will never ever forget in my life what has happened on that day, that moment. And that is my memory with Dr. Kumar. I will always think about that. And I've been so blessed to be part of this temple, and because of Dr. Kumar, I'm standing here, associated to this temple. And the family that we built is, we always call Parashakti family, and being one of the family member is being prestigious and very honored, and that is only through Dr. Kumar. So thanks to him and thanks to Parashakti for blessing all of us and making us to be here. Thank you.
Dr. Ravi.
Hello, everybody. Good evening. I'm sure all of you, everybody have your own unique experience with Dr. Kumar and with Parasakti. And if you tell the other person, they may not understand. It is meant only for you. That experience is meant only for you. Like that, you can imagine how many devotees he might have met in this temple. Trust me, everybody have their own unique experience, including me. Of course, I know him for the past 40 years. Right before, when I was in New Jersey, before I came here, so I used to meet him in the New York airport. Whenever he goes to India, we travel to India. So I met him. 40 years of my life, which is phenomenal. It is very difficult to express and explain what I went through. Every single moment, unforgettable. I had so many experiences with Dr. Kumar, Parasakti. Out of those, I want to share only one experience. It was 2020, I went through COVID. That time there was no medication. We were shortage of the ventilators. And I informed Dr. Chaksi, he's the cardiologist. I informed Dr. Kumar also knows. So I was into the hospital, immediately I was under the ventilator. I was under the ventilator for 20 days. 20 days I was in the ventilator. Can you imagine me standing here and talking in front of all of you? And many volunteers here, they all did the prayer, including Dr. Kumar, Ganesh, Pam, and our mother, Divine Mother, all our board members, volunteers, everybody was praying for me. And of course, Dr. Kumar, he was doing special prayers for me. And after 20 days, when they weaned me, when they removed the ventilator, of course, they had very tough time. They removed the ventilator once, I was not catching up. They removed the second time, I was not catching up. Only on the third time, I was able to breathe on my own. So when I started breathing on my own, I was brought to the step-down unit. Then when I was brought, I was not able to get up, stand, do anything on my own, not even able to lift my cell phone. It weighed like a brick. Then the next day morning, 6 o'clock, I received a call. That was my first call after my COVID. That is from Dr. Kumar. I was surprised how he knows that I'm here in the step-down unit. And then he said, Dr. Ravi, his voice was entirely different. That was not belong to him. That is purely a mother's voice. Dr. Ravi, don't worry. Hereafter, you will come out slowly, step by step. You will come out fine, don't worry. Every single day, 6 o'clock in the morning, I get the call. Of course, that was not a first time for him, but that time it was so crucial for me. And then he said, you might have gone through a lot of experiences. Mother would have taught you so many things. You are not the same human being anymore. You are a different man. She molded you. All those things. I was surprised how he knows. Of course, it's very hard to understand and believe even for me, but I went through so many experiences. So what I wanted to say, he knows every individual, and the divine communication comes through him. And most of the time, I don't know, many of you have watched me, I used to call him, I don't call him as Dr. Kumar, I only call him as Amma. Because I have seen the mother's face on his face many times. So many other incidences I told him. He said, yeah, you are right. So from that time onward, I started calling him as Amma. And of course, I am blessed, I am fortunate. I called him as Amma while he was alive. And then, for the past couple of years, or almost 3 years, I've been telling him every time whenever we depart from the temple or meet, I always tell him, I love you. Then he will say, yeah, I love you too, man. He will reply that. So I repeated every single time. Then I went to India recently. Well, after my surgery, I went to India. I was recovering. Then I made a call from India. I spoke with him. Then I said, I came to India because I'm recovering. Okay. Then finally, I mentioned, I love you. Then he said, I love you too. That was the last conversation between me and him. But afterwards, when I came to know all the calamities, I came here, luckily he was alive. I was telling him, I love you, but he was not, visually, he was not reciprocating to me. So what I want to say, please, tell the good thing and say, I love you when we are alive to your family and friends. And that is always valuable. Because I always mentioned to him, I love you. I always called him as Amma when he was alive. And that was really a blissful experience to me. Many people mention that, no, he's a crazy guy, he's running behind him. Of course, I was a crazy guy. What can I do? My experiences are like that. What is this? Whenever you get the phone call, Dr. Kumar goes and reaches immediately, return the call. Then I have one reply, those who want to know why Dr. Kumar was very closer to me, why he was answering my call. I'm not a leading physician, I'm not a millionaire or billionaire, just a devotee. The only way I can explain, please call Mr. Santanam. He is the Savadi of this temple. He may be able to explain to you why Dr. Kumar was close to me, why he was very much attached to me. Every single time, it is, for me, he is everything for me. I know I can be crazy, and you can see this picture. All this came out beautifully. All my time, I shooted videos, a lot of videos are there. It will be coming out in the YouTube. Anyway, before I close, Santosh, I have one message to share for all of you. Santosh? Yeah, he's trying to play that video. It's a very short, 2.5 minutes video. Audio, Santosh.
Hello, everybody. I'm sure all of you are doing well. All the celebrations came out very well. Our priests are doing a great job. All the board members, executive committee members, and the volunteers are doing phenomenal job. I would like to remind you and repeat that all of you are invited personally by our Divine Mother, Devi Parashakti. The moment you are in the temple, your Kundalini is awakened. When you're here in the temple, you will receive the message directly from our Divine Mother, Parashakti, and other divine energies. Please perceive, focus, and work on it. I am sure all of you can do it. As I have mentioned many times previously that I was a mailman. Whatever I have received from the Divine Mother, I shared it to every one of you and to the rest of the world for the world protection. I would like to request every one of you, please participate in all our puja celebrations. Try to sponsor, donate whatever you can, and most importantly, do the volunteering, which will elevate you. I love my family and all of you. Thank you. Bye.
All right. Thank you. Let's continue the mission, whatever Dr. Kumar says. Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor. This is very nice. Flower pot.
Thank you, everyone. I'll keep it short. Just for Dr. Kumar, it's been a long period of association with the temple, with him. But I think the part that I really admired, the first thing I have to say is I admire him in the sense of his stewardship. I mean, the temple has gone through so many ups and downs, but for everything, he stood like a mountain. And for all of us who are volunteering at the temple, just the thought of doctor being here, any ups and downs didn't seem like anything. We can just pass through that because I think he was such a mountain that that we all could kind of lean on and make it go forward. The second thing is about, he always said, like even in the video, something he always says, he's a mailman. He just wants to connect, his job is to connect Parashakti to the devotee, and I think he has done that definitely for me, and I'm sure for a lot of people here, he's connected Parashakti directly to the devotees and for the volunteers and whoever comes to the temple, and I think that's something that I definitely felt that based off of this experience with him, and the opportunity that he gave, I don't think I've not deserved anything to do this life. I'm sure it's something that I did in the previous life that got this opportunity to be associated with Dr. Kumar and with the temple. And I think, and one day he called and said, I think it's time, Vivek, you should be in the board because it's not my decision, it's mother's decision. These are all things that I've never expected in my life, and I think this provides me the confidence to go forward with his presence always felt. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, whoever is registered will call by the name. So please, by the timing, please keep it short for 2 minutes. Thank you. Manoma.
I'm not going to be emotional. It is really, it's my honor to be here in this memorial. My journey is a 65-year-old journey. He knows, my husband Sivanandam, and Dr. Kumar are medical school classmates. So it is a 65-year-old journey, and the friendship goes back to maybe 68 years, their friendship. I'm going to tell you one thing. Because of him, we have this beautiful temple. And our group is doing a wonderful flower seva for 25 years now, continuously. Okay. And he is our family friend for 56 years. Ever since I got married to my husband, we came here 1971. So he was our family, 56 years, he is our family friend and best classmate for my husband, very good friend. What I'm going to tell is, this temple, he built this temple. There is no doubt about in my mind. Nobody can claim he didn't do it. He is the founder of this temple. Because of him, we are all sitting here and getting benefited from our mother. My wish is, as soon as possible, the board should elect a president and announce the president. That is my wish. And I think it is Krishna Kumar's wish too. Whatever it is, I want you to make this temple a public temple for everybody, not a particular group of, I hate to say this word, not a particular group of caste or group or any jati. They call it jati. So this is our temple. It is for everybody. Our mother is a universal mother. So I am requesting the board now. You are all know this board is not elected by any parishioner sitting here. It is a nominated board. So I'm requesting the board to conduct an election as soon as possible and then announce the proper president of this temple. That is my wish, my family's wish, and I know this is Krishna Kumar's wish too. That's all I'm going to say. Our group, flower group, is going to continue as long as possible. We are a very dedicated group. We are here every week and more, actually. So this is my request to the board. Please make an election possible. That's all. Thank you.
Yeah, I would say, just to respond to Manoma, we already had, so the board has already taken that action. If you look at the website, we updated everything. So there is a new president, there is a new secretary, there is a new treasurer. It's all on the website. So we went through all of that. And it will be a public temple. So every few years, we'll rotate the leadership. Okay, just like SV Temple or Balaji Temple, we'll rotate the leadership every few years. So it's already done.
This is a mother's temple. The mother is, you all know, she's a lady. I want to see in the board at least 4 ladies sitting in the board of trustees. By the way, I'm going to be very bold now. I'm going to nominate myself as one of the board members. Yeah, Bhaiya, thank you.
Okay, next, Guna.
Namaskaram all. Everyone comes and goes in this Punya Bhumi, that is the planet Earth. But everyone comes with one purpose. Some of us we know, some of us still we are trying to find out. For doctor, 60 years back, it was predicted that he's going to build a temple, Mother's Temple, in the West. It's not a dream, it has become reality. It is the magnificent, beautiful Parasakti temple is standing in front of us, not only for this generation, even for the future generation, right? Also, when we have a temple, Rajagopuram has to be there, right? So his dream, 540 devatas, not 1, 2, 540 devatas. When he said that he's going to put it on the Rajagopuram, a lot of board members, they thought how it is possible. But it's standing in front of us with all the 540 devatas, all granite. And for every devata, set of devatas, he has performed homam, proper pujas, and then got installed in the Rajagopuram. So that's the sincerity, that's the procedure he has followed, everything. Whether it is getting the Yendra, even we all know that when mother was installed, right, he brought, or he means mother brought her, they call Nadaraja, right, Sidambaram Nadaraja, Dichidar Venkateshwaran. They won't cross the ocean, but he not only given the Indiram to install under the mother, because the Indiram is the geometrical representation which gives the energy to that mother, right? So he not only gave the Indiram, he crossed the ocean for us, kind enough, come and installed. And also he brought the Nadaraja and the Sivagami, still it is within our temple. Right? So, Doctor, thank you for giving this beautiful and magnificent temple for all of us. One personal incident I thought of, I don't want to share, but I think it is telling me to share. So 10 years back or 15 years back, my head was bloating, going to break, or it is going to, yeah. So I was hospitalized, and all the scanning and everything is done, and it was decided morning 5 o'clock, they are going to operate on my brain. And my wife, Prabha, is crying, and she called doctor. Doctor rushed to the hospital, and he looked at the chart, and then he requested for the second opinion, the neurologist. So the neurologist said that, there is no need for the opening my brain and doing surgery. It is mother who came through doctor on the middle of the night. So he has given the second life to me to continue to serve in that temple. Just I'm sharing this because, doctor has touched a lot of lives, directly or indirectly, not only in US or not only in India, all over the world. During his speeches, you might have listened and understood that he has done a lot with the mother's blessings through all of us. So his body might have gone, right, because this sariram, but he's going to be with us and continue to guide us to realize that vision and dreams to complete this temple. I request you to stand few minutes to pay our respect to the doctor. Om Sakti.
Thank you, Guna. Santosh.
Good evening, all. So, my experience started 8 years ago. Okay, it's a mystic. Okay, it's very mystic. Okay, so I don't see mother or doctor differently. Okay, mother talks through doctor to me. Okay, I'm not sure how many of you experienced that, but I got that opportunity. Earlier days, before we started streaming into YouTube, I was recording the video and keep editing. At least I need to listen to his speech 8 to 10 times. Every time I listen to this same speech, I get a message to my personal life. As everyone shared their experiences, to me, if you are here, if you were there, okay, while doctor is speaking, his speech gives you a personal message to your situation, what you are, to your life. Same thing. Last 8 years, I don't know how I came to US, okay, and how I came to this temple, and how I got associated with it. Okay, all because of him. Okay, he built this temple and accepted everyone. So I would like to repeat the same word what doctor was saying it. So if you are here in this moment in this temple, you are blessed. Okay, because that's what he says. So personally, I've undergone lot many things. Okay, but during that time, he gives message to me through his speech that pacifies me. Okay, and immediately very next day, situation completely changes. So I see him as a mother through him. So mother came in form of him and was here and built this temple, and this physical body has reached its purpose and went, and still I'm seeing him everywhere, where I become very emotional, okay, because lot many things going inside, okay. Every moment I see that his soul is watching us, blessing us, especially blessing. I never heard that he yelled at anyone in the temple, okay. So every word what he has showered to us is a blessing. So that's what I would like to convey. Thanks for coming here, and he is blessing us, okay, and that's what I would like to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Santosh. Now open. Okay. Shiva.
Good evening, everybody. Thanks for coming today. Today morning, something came into me, and I started writing down something. I know I might choke if I just speak spontaneously, so I wrote it down and I wanted to speak few things. Dear Dr. Kumar, our heartfelt thanks to you for sacrificing your whole life and working tirelessly to establish this wonderful place of worship for our community. Thank you so much. I had the opportunity to be associated with a doctor and learned several spiritual things from him. The amazing thing for me is doctor would explain the essence of several spiritual teachings in a very scientific way. He would explain concepts in a smaller and easily understandable sentences. It is like a spiritual dosage or a spiritual shot for modern scientific logical minds. He gave us several pearls of wisdom. There are a few quotes that came to my mind today morning. Several of us have heard these, and I thought we'll all would relish to relive those pearls of wisdom, what he told. So he would always, as many of you told, he would always call himself a mailman, right? We have heard that numerous number of times. He would not take any credit for whatever greatness he has done for the community. He would simply say that it's the will of Divine Mother. So he taught us karma yoga here. Surrender to the divine will and don't attach yourselves to the fruits of the action. Several times he has mentioned that our temple is an entrance to Devaloka. We would have heard him say that in several of his talks. He would say that Divine Mother at our temple is showing glimpses of various spiritual experiences to our devotees so that we are not surprised when we eventually transition to the divine realm after we finish this human life. He taught us our Jivatma goes through different levels of existence after human life, like we become Yakshinis, Kinnaras, Gandharvas, before reaching the ultimate Paramatman. I can never forget the slide where doctor would explain. There's one particular slide he would always have in his talks. When humans take 5% effort towards the divine would transcend 95% to reach us. So that one stuck in my mind forever. So through this slide, doctor taught us how kind and compassionate our Divine Mother is. Dr. Kumar would say, Divine Mother at our temple has given us pots and pans of gold. And these pots and pans represents the divine grace. He would say that the way we can take these pots of gold home is by sacrificing something dear to us. He used to say, please give some part of you to get her grace. So eventually, he taught us we should sacrifice whatever we can, right? Thanks, doctor. Such a wise and profound statement. The following three phrases keep ringing in my head. He keeps saying this to several devotees several times. So the first thing you might have heard him say, you are touched by the Divine Mother. The other one is he'll say, she's your personal goddess. And he would always say, the connection is between you and Divine Mother. So these three things I heard him say many times. And doctor really meant this when he said those. It's not just a casual thing he says. He really means when he says that you are touched by Divine Mother. All of us would have had some kind of experiences. I personally relished several miracles that doctor explained about his interactions with Swarna Venkateshwara Dikshidhar, especially the one relating to Dikshidhar denying him the yantra initially. And he has shared several experiences with Purushottam Maharaj, the Bade Maharaj, and also the stories, the miracles Divine Mother did when we had the cease and desist order during the initial phases of construction. He shared how Divine Mother protected from the initial problems we had when we built the temple. Doctor prayed for the well-being of all our devotees during his daily prayogams. He also initiated many devotees in mantra upadeshas and kick-started their spiritual journey. For interested seekers, he would sometimes explain about the methodology of prayogam and how the actual interaction happens with the cosmic angels in the Turiya state. So he was a knowledge house. As Ganesh was saying, if you ask him the right questions, you'll get the beautiful answer you would never find anywhere, right? Also, I can't forget the way Dr. Kumar would use this English sentence. He would say ultra-cognitive spiritual absorption. He would say this for explaining this concept of Sagaja Samadhi to people of non-Indian origin who don't understand what exactly it is. So he has the knack of explaining to people how they would like to hear and how they would understand. So Divine Mother, through Dr. Kumar, gave us this mission of our temple. that the mission is to share the divine grace with humanity so that they can experience and explore the divine. That's the mission statement Doctor gave us. So Doctor explained several times on the enormous significance of what exploring divine means. He used to give the example of great sage Vashishta requesting Divine Mother the ability to explore divine. Doctor would say that Divine Mother has easily given that boon of exploring divine to all of our temple devotees at a suitable time. I always wondered if you're really that blessed to deserve that experience. But Doctor said, yes, we do deserve. Thanks, Doctor, for making us feel special and blessed. I feel Doctor has entrusted with all of us the job of continuing the mission of the temple. Similar to how we all got onboarded with the temple, we have to reach out to the next generation of devotees by providing all possible opportunities for them so that they also get involved in temple activities like us. Thank you, Doctor, for being an inspiration in our life, and we'll miss you in physical form. They say richness of one's life is measured by the number of souls they have touched, and you, Doctor, for sure have touched enormous amount of souls in your journey. It's a real fortune to be associated with you in this lifetime. But I take solace in the fact that you'll be guiding all of us in astral form. And you are, as many of you experienced, I feel his presence here, and he doesn't have the limitations of the human body now, and he is going to perform miracles at our temple. Thank you, Dr. Om Shakti.
Thank you, Siva. It's definitely a wonderful speech. Next is Kamalam.
Our humble pranams at our divine lotus feet of our beloved Dr. Kumar. As you can feel that many of us here are speechless, and especially after Shiva's soul-stirring speech, I can feel Doctor's presence here. That's all I can say. And one thing that I would like to say is, Doctor always says, you're touched by divine, right? You're touched by Mother. We are all touched by not only Mother, but also by Doctor. That's why we are all here to speak all the good times that we shared with him. And like Ganesh said, he's like my dad to me. We shared a lot of personal bondings, and he always connected very well with his love and smile. He greeted everybody. Everybody who comes to the temple always felt loved, not only by Mother, but also by Doctor. So that's kind of a special relationship that he had with each one of us. And he kind of connected with each one in a different way. Like, between myself and Shiva, we are two different individuals. And he used to talk to him with a high level of spirituality, but when it comes to me, he always used to tell me simple things that I could follow. And once I asked him, Doctor, why do you think, Mother chose you, right? Like, millions of people are there. Why do you think, Mother chose you? He thought for a while, and then, he said, I think, he didn't say I think, but the answer that he gave me was, every soul should be kind and compassionate. I think that's what touches Mother. And I'm sure a lot of us felt, and even in his testimony, a lot of people wrote about how kind and compassionate he is. I think that's one thing that I want all of us to take away, and I think that's my takeaway from Doctor's life is be kind, be loving, and one day, I'm sure, Doctor, I'll make you proud too by following whatever your teachings are. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Kamalam. Next, Ekvesh.
Thank you, family, friends, board members, committee members, for making this service for Doctor. I never spoke to Doctor. Good for him. But he has always spoken to me. Good for me. Through many ways, right? As a young child, young toddler, just growing up in an Indian family, you've been just told to follow certain things at home, right? While you pray or engage in any religious service. But your parents doesn't explain, not to their fault. They don't know, right? They don't know much either. Their forefathers told them to follow certain things, so we just follow, right? That's what we do. But as a grown-up man going into my high school and colleges, a lot of questions about religion. Why do we do certain things, right? And I'm a little arrogant as well. I don't go and learn from any gurus, right? I don't even attempt to listen to any gurus because, as a young chap, you think you know everything, right? Your mind puts everything before you. Your ego prevents you from reaching out to people to seek clarity, right? So after getting married, and of course, I'm very attached to the religion. I always go to temple. I do everything I've been told to do. My mother always asked me to do, and I follow her, just to satisfy her. Even if I disagree with some of the rituals, I still do it, right? But coming over here, the first time I came to the temple back in 2001, and many times later, I was very attached. I come every week, right? Just it became another ritual for me, right? It's not about exploration of any knowledge or wisdom from the temple. I've always gone to temple. I started doing it again when I'm here in the US as well, right? So for the first few years, right, I started to stay a little longer just to listen to some of the speeches Doctor has given. See, he's like a swan, right? How swan separates milk from water. He helps us to separate the myth behind some of our understanding, and he tries to make a very good effort to give some interpretations, very meaningful interpretations, to understand why we do certain rituals. That's very important for many young souls, right? Growing up in our religion, trying to understand why we do certain things. Teachers like him is very essential. Many of you might be wondering why Mother chose him, right? Why is he so special? He's no special. He's no special in that sense. But he is special because he can not only absorb it, but he can reflect in a very meaningful way that can connect all ages, right? That's the beauty the Doctor brought to our community, right? Again, I often, as I said, come to temple and been here for last 25 years, listen to his sermons many times, and some of you have the experience, right? During Varahi Omam, maybe around 11 p.m., he will pick up the mic and start talking, right? He's such an energetic person, loves the connection that he has with the devotees of this temple, and many online devotees who can listen to him as well, right? And sometimes to be honest with you, I feel like, get annoyed, like why he picks up at 11 p.m. the mic and talks for another 15 minutes, right? Why would he need to do it, right? At this age, would you want to be taking a rest? Why do you do it? But he did it very intentionally, and he repeated, right? Of course, Kannan mentioned the repetition he does on his messaging, and it's very important. We need to understand why he did it. And I try to explain to myself why he did it. He did it because over the years, right, new devotees come to the temple, right? They did not necessarily have the same benefit as some of us had by being in the system for so long, right? Listening to him, and some of his thought-provoking and profound meanings he tried to share. And the wisdom he shared through those speeches is very, very important. So I am very, very thankful to listen to him over the years. And I wouldn't say that I know a lot about the spiritual sense of our religion, but I can say that I have found my meaning as well. Okay, and I'm pretty sure many of you sharing your experience and will share your experience. But again, I thank you. I sincerely believe, and he has said this many times in his speeches, soul never sees an end. His soul never will see an end. And I'm pretty sure his soul will continue to bless this community and and his wisdom will guide the wisdoms of the current members and future members of this temple. And again, thank you, and Mother bless all. Appreciate you, all of you, listening to me.
Thank you. Seduraman uncle.
Thank you all. Before me, everybody said whatever they can talk about Dr. Kumar. And like everybody said, he gave us a beautiful temple, a temple where we can meet and worship. And that kind of a temple is kind of in a way unique. And he gave us this temple is a lot of personal sacrifice, I know. Because the very first time when I met Dr. Kumar, it was in Chicago airport. At that time, the idea was in his mind. He met a Nadi called Meenakshi Nadi, and he read Nadi for him and told him that he has to build a temple here. At that time, first meeting was held at Dr. Charlo's house a long time ago. And at that time, he said that he has a desire, if I want to call it, or a vision, that it should be a social service kind of temple for battered women. I still remember what he said that. And from that day on, of course, I am with him for every step of the way almost. And one thing about this temple is, irrespective of everything, no other temple, as far as I know, have this many homas and yajnas like our temple has. That's one of the key reasons why our mother is so powerful. Because the yajnas and the yajna mantras has given so much power to the mother, to any god. I mean, that is where the essence of the god is. So that, like everybody said, I thank him for giving us a temple. And one more particular note, it's a personal note. Long time ago, one day, when we had a meeting, before the board meeting started, he suddenly said, Sadhuraman, do you know there is 9 Bhikshaksharams for Lord Subramanya? I said, 9 Bijas for Lord Subramanya? I don't know. All I know is only 3 Bijas. Aim, Kleem, Saum. Right? Aim, Kleem, whatever, and Saum. So I was just telling him, no, doctor, I don't know. Oh, okay, I'll tell you one day. So afterwards, every meeting, I bugged him. I bugged him to give me that 9 Bijams. It's not Navakshari, it's 9 Aksharas. All the 9 are Bija Mandiras. So one day we had on the older temple, I should say so many times we changed the temple design, so I cannot say what it is. In the older temple, one day, when Lord Subramanya function was going on, suddenly he called me to the stage next to him and said, Siddharaman was asking me, bugging me, from as a matter of fact, to give the 9 Bija Mantras. I'm going to give it to him today. I think Guna was there at that time, and afterwards he gave the 9 Bijaksharas, and I repeated over the thing. And after about 3-4 months later, when I was going through one of the books I had, Japa Vithanam, it gives you a lot of different deities, descriptions, mantras, and how to do the japas, etc. I found out that mantra that is called Subramanya Panja Dasakshari. Subramanya Panja Dasakshari. After he said the 9 Bijams, I even contacted some of the oldest priests in this area from Bharatiya temple. And he gave me something else. He told me something entirely different. But what doctor gave me was exactly in that book. I didn't know what to do. I was so surprised because I never knew there are 9 Bijaksharam in front of Lord Muruga. So that's one of the basic things. The other thing I connected with the temple is when the Dikshadhar, very first installation, I was standing next to him. I still had a small picture of it. I gave it to somebody else. Very, 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 very first. The mother did not have anything. She came in the night about 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock, November sometime, I think. It was drizzling, and we unloaded the truck and everything, and then we put that, Next morning, we are having the installation. Mother did not even have clothes to wear. And we somehow managed to get a red blouse piece, pure blouse piece or some place. And then that's what Mother wore over that day. Now you know how many saris she is wearing. And at that time, the Diksha has called me because he doesn't speak English. So he said that Sitaraman, he always calls me Sitaraman. Sitaraman, I'm going to tell you something, and you are going to repeat it to the audience here. There is about 15, 20 people, not very many. And that is the time he told that Gayatri for our temple, Jnana Gamyaya Vidmahe Narayana Sahodari Dhimahi, Tanna Sri Krishnamari Prachodayat. And then he asked me to explain the meaning of that also. So I think those 2 things I can carry, I will carry till the end of my life. And I thank you, Doctor, for giving us, the community and personally myself, an opportunity to come and pray to the Mother. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Uncle. Dr. Sailajamma.
Take a lot of time. I can only say that Doctor has given us nothing more than a Shakti Pitam for us. This is like a Shakti Pita for me. So we don't have to, like, every time I feel like, oh, I have to go to all the Shakti Pitas in India or whatever. But then whenever I come here, the energy Amma gives us, and through the Dr. Garu, is more than a Shakti Pita. That's what I feel. So it's a short period of time. I got very close to Dr. Garu. I can say that. He was like a father to me. And I felt like he's so approachable, and he's so humble, as everybody said, as Ganesh and everybody else said, that he's so approachable and humble, and he connected every single soul to the divinity. Anything, anytime, he always has time. Even sometimes I only used to come to the temple, and I always used to long to see him. The day I don't see him, I feel like I miss something. Like some part of me used to feel like he was like a father figure, and talk to him and spend so many hours. Like, sometimes I used to feel sad for Pam Amma because she used to stay for us even later, sitting there in the Annapurni hall and talk. So he used to give us immense knowledge, spiritual remedies, and how to go through. And I can only tell one thing. I'll not take a lot of time. So the way he's so approachable and inclusive is what I would say. No gender bias, no caste bias, no age bias. How I can say is, I love Shivaya, so I do a lot of Shiva Aradhana and Rudram. So when I went to other temples, when I was doing Rudra Parayana, they came and said that women should not do the Parayana. So but I had this feeling like, I want to
pray to Shivaya with Rudram. So how do I approach? Then I come and talk to Dr. Garu, and I said, Dr. Garu, I want to do this. He said, you have bhakti and bhava. Nothing can come in between Amma and Shivaya. So that is how inclusive he is, because in other temples, they actually said, women cannot do it, but Dr. Garu said no, and only because of his permission, we are doing on Pradosham, every Pradosham, we are doing Rudraparayanam, and we are, that is the inclusiveness he has. That's one thing I can say. And because of Dr. Ravi Kumar, and I was a devotee sitting in the back and just getting close to Amma, and because of Dr. Ravi Kumar one day said, you should come meet Dr. Garu and talk. And then he said, oh, she should come into the executive board. And then Dr. Garu said, yeah, yes. Then I was thinking, what is executive board? Who am I? I'm nothing. I'm just a devotee sitting here. I'm a female. I'm new to when compared to so many people. Though I have been coming to this temple since 28 years, but in few years I went for my residency and out of town and out of state, so I lost touch. But then I'm the only sole female there, and he easily said, no, come down. And every day I used to think, what am I doing Tuesdays sitting there? And then, the reason is because Amma and Dr. Garu asked, and Dr. Ravi Kumar said, you go. And every single minute, the spending time is amazing with Dr. Garu. That's it. Like even when we come and talk to him, and that's the longing, connecting to Amma through him. Like I used to see divinity in him. Anytime you come and talk, he used to give solutions or even talk so humbly, so nicely, and losing a father, but he is there for us. And through him, we all got closer to Amma. At least I got closer to Amma, and I think everybody resonates with that. Everybody got closer to Amma and divinity and spirituality. So thank you, Dr. Garu, for giving this Shakti Peetam for us.
Thank you, Sailaja Amma. Mr. Nagesh? Yeah. Whoever is speaking, just come on the stage and stay in the center because there's an echo coming from the speaker.
Thank you. Sorry to keep you all waiting. I think that mailman came to our house 25 years ago with the message. Not personally, spiritually. That's how we got associated with this temple. I've been in this town for 40 years. I never crossed probably Walton Boulevard. My always trips to Bharatiya temple. I'm very much associated with the Bharatiya temple. But the day we walked into this temple, it completely changed our lives in our things. The most fascinating thing for me is, like everybody said, his ability to connect with all people, his ability to simplify the complex Hindu philosophy. Even myself, when I was growing up, I did the mantras, I went to the pujas, everything I did. But having to come here, listening to his speeches, made me to appreciate much more. So Dr. Kumar, thank you. And the most important thing is, he may have left physically, but his memories are immortal for two things. One is because of the temple, and because I also built the board, whoever people who can continue his message. That is the power of that individual. So we should celebrate, and today is the celebration. Even though he must have left it, but he's always with us, and his memories will be immortal. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Maddie? Sorry, Maddie. Dr. Krishnan. My bad.
Good evening. It's a great honor to be invited to speak. All the previous speakers spoke so beautifully. They express their emotions very effectively. I'm not very good at that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to I'm going to talk about my experience with Dr. Kumar. I call him Krishna Kumar, not Dr. Kumar, because he's younger than I. In fact, we had a talk about our earlier days. We found that he's younger than I, so I just used to call him just Krishna Kumar. I met Krishna Kumar for the first time, perhaps in 1993 or 1994, at Dr. Charlu's house. Dr. Charlu was a very good friend of Krishna Kumar. We were in a meeting, we had a prayer meeting at the time. So Krishna Kumar came and spoke about his vision of building a temple for the mother. He called it actually Eternal Mother. I called him Shakti, okay? He wanted to build a temple for Shakti. And I had never heard of a Shakti temple in this country. Perhaps it's the first Shakti temple in this country. And he spoke at length some of the details of the temple. And I thought he was joking, because building a temple is not a small job. It's a huge undertaking. He didn't seek any financial assistance from us. He just wanted an appreciation and help in the form of finding out some of the resources for the temple. So I thought, I didn't take it very seriously at that time, this concept of building a temple in this country. That sometime in 1998, 1994, he announced that he got a certification from the Pontiac to build the temple. So that's where I knew that he was very serious about this. I began to associate myself with the Sun Temple after that, and I'm a regular participant of all the religious activities in this temple, and also all the cultural activities. I remember the first time when we conducted a musical program during Navaratri program. Dr. Hari, who was also a very active member in this temple, and we discussed a lot about this musical program. So we proposed to Dr. Kumar, Krishna Kumar, about this musical program. He really appreciated it. He said, go and start it. So we began that one. It became very, very popular. Shakti, Dilip, they were the main supporters of this program. And we invited some of the local artists and became extremely popular. It has become so popular that the other temples started copying our program, musical program. And I'm a regular participant of all the religious activities in this temple, and also all the cultural practices. And I'm very, very thankful to Dr. Krishna Kumar. Krishna Kumar has really sacrificed all his resources, as many people have mentioned that here. And his main mission was to build this temple and make it accessible to all devotees. So we started with just one room temple, and over time it just began to, you can see the size of this temple right now. So I'm very, very thankful to Dr. Krishna Kumar and all the volunteers who made this possible. Thank you very much.
You want flower? Yeah. Om Shakti. I have a lot of experience with the doctor conversation. I can go on. I know many of you have touched upon the main topic. What is his goal and aim, the vision of this temple. So he mainly say that, no, I'm the male man. I deliver what message I receive it. That's a major thing. He always say that. But I always, talk to him with the different topics. How do you sit in the home for 6 hours, doctor? I just ask him, I don't know, many of you would have asked him, but he said that, I'm not sitting there. Mother helps me to sit there, I always worry about his health many times. I always ask him, okay, you want any water?
He said, no. I never seen any temple in the world. It's such a homam is happening, and also the person who is sitting for the 6 hours without even tireless and then speaking after the homam, that is the mother's blessing. And mother sent a messenger. I would say that, he's a guru, but he never called himself as a guru. He always say that, I'm not a guru. Mother is a guru. Even when I go touch his feet, right, he said that, no, touch me. When mother presents, mother is always the biggest one. Go and follow mother and do it, okay? So such a very great privilege I had. I can talk many things, but one thing I say this. I always make him to happy. I feel it many times. Even I presented in many other speech also, I say that. This is the one among the best temple in the galaxy. This is the one among the best temple in the galaxy. Nowhere in the galaxy is going to exist, and this is the best temple. The reason is everybody covered it. The homam we perform, and our aham we perform, never ever, even the priest, they're doing really great. The alankaram we do it. It's all, mother brings the right people to us. And being in this temple, connected to this temple, it's a great. I asked, doctor, why mother choose me? He said that whoever comes here, they are all great soul. It's true. It's promise that he said that, you have been invited. I think you might have heard it many times. He said that without our invitation, you cannot be here. So we are all invited by mother, and he is the messenger. See, look at that. The way he built this temple, the family, such a nice way. And also, whenever I ask him, okay, doctor, I really feel guilty that to force somebody to pay for the donation, when we are building the Gopram, right? He said that, no, don't force anybody. He wants everybody to, with full-hearted way, to donate this, right? And also one more thing, I know that was his vision, but it has got changed. He wants a debt-free temple. He was very happy with that way we were running the debt-free, and he proudly said that in the meeting, And situation changed, and also I asked him, like, okay, why this is all happening, doctor? And some of the things we are redoing it, we are spending some money. He said that everywhere there is an error. Margin of error may be low or high. We will achieve the goal. Definitely we will achieve the goal. Don't take it as serious, but we will achieve the goal. So such a positive, right? And also when he said that, right, we never give up our kind of, the trust and the devotion, whatever it is, right? It is clearly make sure that you don't carry any burden to your heart. That's such a nice person. And also now, whenever he speaks, right, he shares his experience. He breaks sometimes. When he speaks, how he gone through this, getting the approval, and the city was trying to, then I go to him, why are you breaking, doctor? I thought you are strong, and then we are all following you. Why are you breaking it this way? He said that, I am mother child like you. I may do some task, and you may do a different task. There is no big person or small person in this temple. So don't take it that I never break, I'm not emotional. I am also emotional, and mother wants me to be like that so that everybody understands the seriousness of how we come up in this stage. So basically what he tried to say that, right, when he expressed that, people has to realize that how big boon we got it, how much struggle he has gone through it, and get into this stage. And we are all a part of Parashakti family now, right? So with that, I think I can go on talk. I mean, I have been discussing with him many things, and he talked about Ganesh many times. I think Ganesh success will be the Ganesh success will be his big dream. So I know mother will take care of you. With that, everybody, kind of, be kind, be love. That's what the bottom of mother does it. So take care of yourself and take care of friends. Nobody can live alone. We have to depend on others. We have to be very kind and love and be a part of family. If anything somebody is doing wrong, go talk to them personally and take care of us. We are all a big part of a big initiative the doctor has started, the legacy, and he is himself, many times I say that, okay, you are considered as a Rajaraja Solan because the Chola Empire has built the Thanjavur temple. He says, yeah, many people has called me that the modern Rajaraja Solan. He also enjoyed that, He also enjoyed that. That's one moment, right, he just blush and then smile and then he feel it, but he doesn't want to say it to anybody, anywhere openly, because people may think, he himself, just identifying a different way. With that, I would close this. As you think so, please think in the part of how we are all one family, take care of us, and then we'll take this temple to the next level where he wants to be in this world best, in the world, the best and the galaxy best temple in the world. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you, Maddie. Just a quick logistics. I know it's time 8 o'clock. We planned for 6 to 8. So we have another 12 more. Everybody, we want to give a chance. So please come and limit yourself to 2 minutes if you don't mind. I would really appreciate that. Thank you. Next is Tulasi.
Om Shakti. My name is Tulasi, and I just want to say thank you, first of all, Dr. Kumar, and thank you, Amma. I have been coming to this temple for many years as a young adult, started after college. My college roommate, Divya, told me about the temple. I was drawn to it being a Devi temple and being the first Devi temple in the U.S. that I came to. I want to say service is the rent that we pay to exist on this earth, and Dr. Kumar has paid the rent tenfold and more. He's built a beautiful temple for all of us, for the universe in many ways with the Rajagopuram. This is a place of divine vibrations. And, growing up in Michigan, we have a lot of beautiful temples, but there is a different divinity that comes in that vibration when you enter here. It's a beautiful Parashakti temple family. He has truly helped others over personal gain. He has truly made it his universal duty to build this temple and to make everyone feel so welcome. No expectations, whether you donate a ton of money, whether you donate some, when you donate when you're able to, whether you do volunteer work, he's always encouraged it. But you never felt like you had to do something and then he would talk to you. He would be very approachable and inclusive to everybody. Tan Man Dan, he gave his body, mind, and wealth to this temple, and super grateful to him. I also want to just say from another devotee, Radhe Radhe, who really, truly feels this temple is her second home, is very grateful to Dr. Kumar for always taking time to answer her questions. We definitely all have a personal connection, and I think to honor him is to continue to serve Amma with love and devotion and do it together as a true Parashakti family, because that's how he made everybody feel. And look forward to more great years and Dr. Kumar's continued guidance. Thank you.
Thank you, Tulasi. Dilipanna.
Hari Om to all of you. They say as long as there is a temple, Sanatan Dharma is protected. And as long as Sanatan Dharma is protected, we are all protected. The day you see the temple go down or disappear, we are up in the air. We are no longer protected. So that's why if you see in the olden days, the kings, they used to put a lot of their resources to build spectacular temples, and all of them are talked about even today. You talked about Meenakshi temple or Tanjavur temple or any number of temple. Mother, I think, gave Dr. Kumar a mission to bring a temple here to protect all of us. That's how I feel. He was very loving and respectful for me. During our installation of Lord Venkateshwara, he gave me a pendant of Balaji, which I wear, and every day morning I see it, and I remember him also. It's 25 years, like what Dr. Tavraja said. The experiences are many. Many people have already talked about your experiences. They are similar to me too. But thank you all. I think one thing if we can do is this temple he started it. If he can sustain this temple for the future generations so that Sanatana Dharma survives, so that all of us are protected, that would be a great gratefulness towards him for what he has done. Thank you.
Thank you, Anna. Shakti.
Hello, everyone. So I have known Dr. Kumar since 2005, ever since I moved to Detroit. As many said, the experiences are many. At the beginning, when he gave a lot of speeches, it was very hard for me to comprehend. As I grow older and fractionally wiser, now things are all making sense to me. So he completely transformed how I approached divinity and spirituality. Coming from India, you're always taught to follow rigid religious practices. But here in this temple, I think being a volunteer, there are plenty of opportunities to approach divinity in a different way, from being fearful, being to transforming complete to being a lovable and kind approach. Dr. Kumar, thank you so much. The experiences are many with me, but thank you so much for connecting me and the Divine Mother. Thank you.
Thank you, Sakti. Easy, Mama.
Good evening, all. I go by Easy Mama, which is a name that I happen to get through a family that I found in the temple. I'll talk about that a little later. So, growing up in South India, from a small town in South India, as I started moving up in life, I moved to North. I lived in Delhi for a while. Then when I came to US, I lived in Tennessee for a while. So the reason I say that is, as I was moving from place to place, I thought I got totally disconnected from the way I was connected to the religious rituals, practices, and customs, and the homams and the abhishekams that I was more used to during my childhood days. And little did I know that I would finally get connected to this temple as a normal devotee. And then, of course, when I started coming here in 2006, I should say, I used to be an ardent devotee, and Dilip Garu is the one who saw me coming on a regular basis, and he said, why do you just stand? Why don't you just be a part of the volunteer team? So then I joined, and which kind of, gave me more association to all the happenings in the temple. And Dr. Kumar is a person who is so down to earth, who anybody can approach, and you don't have to be at a certain level, or you don't need to have anything, right? I mean, any devotee can go and talk to him. So once I went and asked him a simple question as a volunteer, so Dr. Kumar, so this is how things have been happening in my life. So even after coming to Detroit, I used to go by the same Kennett Street several times looking for a temple, because back then there was no navigation system. You used to take the MapQuest map and all that stuff, right? 551 West Kennett Road. I used to come on the Kennett Road. It'll take me all the way to the bridge, and then I used to wait there, and I used to look around to see any temple. I couldn't see the temple because the entrance is here, and obviously there are a lot of trees on that side, so I couldn't see the temple. Till my wife kicked me one day and said, you have to go and find it. If the address is there, if the website says, then it has to be there. So that's when we found the entrance through the Sarasota and came in. So I asked Dr. Kumar, so how was it? I missed it, and is there any meaning to that? Then he made a very simple statement, which kind of made me think in a very different way later. Unless otherwise she invites you, you won't come in. Till that time you have to wait. That's what she said. So, it's a very simple statement, simple conversation, but then if you think about it, then you can connect everything going behind. So another simple interaction I had with him is during the time when we were getting ready to start the Gopuram and all that stuff. So during the time, a lot of other temples in Detroit area, they were coming up with big places for family functions and, to hold those kind of things. So I just asked him a casual question. So doctor, so all the temples are bringing up with all these facilities, like a hall kind of a thing, and that could be a great thing for us to have in our temple too. Then his simple answer was, Eril, we want to grow vertical. That's what he mentioned. We want our devotees to connect to the mother in a spiritual fashion. We don't want to grow horizontal. So if you think about it, once again, these are all the simple conversations. As all of you mentioned, he talks in a different way to each of us. He connects to us in a different way, but then, he really boils down to the level of where we are, and whether we know it or not, he'll be able to convey the message to you that you can digest very easily. So these are some of the great experiences that I have had, and I don't want to take much time. And the other interesting thing that I would like to share is, I don't know about you all, but for me, after coming to Detroit, all the friends that I have here, more than 90% of the friends come from this temple's volunteers' families. So that is a very big blessing. As I see, I'm very fortunate. So each of us, we call him in a different way, but he refers himself as the mailman. And very lovingly, I would like to say that, thank you, mailman. Because if it's not for the mailman, I don't get the message, and it could be coming from higher powers, but then it's the mailman that breaks it down for me to digest. So my first gratitude is always to the mailman. So that's where I am. Thank you, doctor. Thank you for everything. So with that, I would like to conclude.
Thank you, Easy Mama. Uma Sharma.
Thank you. I'll keep this really short since we're running late. I've known Dr. Kumar for a long time, since I started coming to the temple. Actually, my experience was, I had a vision of Devi Ma. I start my day with Durga Chalisa, and I saw a temple where everybody was wearing red, and I didn't know what it was. And Dr. Kumar told me where the temple was in India. I have an office in Bangalore, and so when I went to Bangalore, I went with the head of HR from there to that temple in Chennai, and it was the Devi Parashakti temple over there. So that was my first experience of actually seeing something and Dr. Kumar helping me translate it. The other thing that Dr. Kumar taught me was Pitru Puja. So there's something I do. I worship ancestors who've passed away every day. And when he was sick in the hospital, I did want to go see him, but respecting the family's wishes to not bother him since he was sick, I lit a lamp at home and started to pray for him. And I was in Ireland when he passed away, and I could almost feel the time that he did. So I'm very grateful to have been part of this temple for so long. And thank you, Dr. Kumar, for establishing the temple for all of us. Thank you all.
Thank you, Uma Sharma. Anand Kumar.
Greetings, everybody. I'm here today more than anything to express gratitude to somebody that's made a big impact on my life, and I know that he's made a big impact on so many thousands of people. It's extraordinary. What I really like about him is the fact that he was very open, genuine, and unconditionally. He never asked for anything. It was always about giving. And I have to say there are three things that make my visit to this temple fulfilling. Number one, of course, is mother. Just the sight of her as soon as I see. And then presence of Dr. Kumar. It just feels like, he's making it complete, the whole entire place. The third, of course, is our priests. They really, the sincerity. These are the three things. Now I feel like, one's going to be missing. Many of you call mailman. I see him as a cell phone tower that's actually bringing in the connection from up above. So while I'm concerned, I really am concerned how we are going to maintain the sanctity of this place. But having said that, I have full faith in Mother that she'll find a way to keep the divinity alive in this place. And I pray for Dr. Kumar's soul. And again, no words to express my gratitude. There's many things that, as many of you mentioned, that I can also speak about. But just real quick, my first interaction with him was, believe it or not, 4 hours with him alone in January 2006, 20 years ago. So the most fulfilling part of my life has been January 2026. I had an opportunity in the kitchen area dining. He literally shouted and said, "Anand, come, sit here." And then I had the opportunity to remind him of the what happened 20 years ago. And I said, "I sincerely thank you. It's been 20 years." "Oh, really? Okay." So that was my goodbye. And I'll miss him, always in our thoughts and mind. And thank you all.
Thank you, Anand. Thank you, Anand. Ramamurthy, Rams.
Good evening, everyone. We are all gathered here to remember Dr. Krishna Kumar, the founder and president and spiritual director of our temple always. So we are here because of him. You know, he built this temple. So we have an excellent temple he built. Because of him, we are all here and we are all coming and pray. And we are celebrating all the festival in this temple, all because of him. So always I remember that. Thank you, Dr. Kumar, for this excellent temple for us. So his vision was very big for this temple. And this temple is his living legacy, that I can say. So we are all as a one family because of him and the temple he built. That's all I can say. And Dr. Kumar is no more with us, but his legacy always with us, and his spirit always will be in this temple and all in us. So we always remember Dr. Kumar. For everything, and we will always remember him with gratitude and love and respect in this temple all the time. Thank you. Thank you for all coming for this memorial service.
Thanks, Ram. Raghu?
Good evening to all. I know it's hard to limit for two minutes while talking to Dr. Kumar, but I know I have to, and I'll try to. It's been 20 years. It was some day in 2006 when I first visited the temple on a weekend, and never did I know that I will get hooked to this temple the way I did, coming here pretty much every week, even more. And the reason is Dr. Kumar, and the primary reason is Dr. Kumar. I still remember the very first time on that day when I listened to Dr. Kumar speak. There was something impressive about his personality. More than that, what he spoke, the content was unique. I've never heard anybody speak with such clarity and confidence about the spiritual aspects, what he talked about. And I was listening to him, and he said something like, "Mother communicated to me." I was like, the very first time I'm hearing someone in first person talk about mother communicating to him, to a person. And I asked my wife, "Did he say that he communicated with mother?" Yes, he did. And ever since, I never missed an opportunity to listen to him. I was the first one to sit in front of him. And one day he noticed and said, "You listened very keenly." I said, yes, doctor, I'm very, very interested in what you're speaking about. And I've never heard anybody speak like this in this subject. It was not just about Tantra or mother's worship, it was everything, Vedanta, the way he connects to modern physics, all those concepts. It's just unique. I never heard anybody speak with such clarity and confidence. And when Ganesh said, his Ishtadevada being Chinnamasta, I have heard the same from him many times. And not just in speech, even a casual remark while going around the temple. Things like, he once pointed to the goddess and on the top of the sanctum and said, Raghu, never ignore her. Never forget to pray to her. She's the highest. He was talking about Nilamani Ambiga. You have seen her right here. So things like that, it's just very hard to find a replacement for. Never thought I'd learn from him so much from one person, and again and again. Every time he speaks something, there is some very unique point, even in his casual remarks. A couple of incidents, it's very hard to stop without saying these things. The way he charged up when he spoke about mother. I still remember, after one of the trips from India, he kind of fell ill. Not the one where he was hospitalized, even the one before. And then I happened to go to his office, and he asked me to grab something from the fridge for me and for one for him, and then he was not able to drink that. It was like oozing out of his lips. And then I was like very worried, the fact that he was not even able to speak. But when I asked a question, which I went there to prepare for from presentation, and when the subject came to mother, he just suddenly transformed into a different being the moment. He spoke for 40 minutes without stop, very clearly, continuously. Something took him over. I could see that transformation in 10 seconds, and that was Dr. Kumar. So very hard to see another devotee, another tantric, another spiritual person like him. Very rare. It was very evident from the remarks from the great gurus who visited our temple, like Sridhar Guruji, Chaitananandaji Maharaj. Everyone had very high regard for him, and it was very evident from the way they spoke about him. We will all miss you, Doctor. I will stop by reminding all of us who were in that meeting, one of the last executive committee meetings, where his last sentence was, "Mother is pleased with all of you." I know many of you were there. Let's thank him and take it as his parting words, which will inspire us for a long, long time to come, to continue serving the temple and the devotees and the community. Thank you.
Thank you, Raghu. Narayana Swami.
My name is Narayan Swami. I volunteer as the president of the Hindu Community Relations Council, which is a Michigan-based Hindu advocacy nonprofit. And we aspire to be the voice and representation of the Hindu community here in Michigan in connecting with the surrounding, the at-large communities and with the elected officials. In this regard, one thing that impressed me greatly with Dr. Kumar, with his advancing age and his busy travels in India, his commitments to the temple here, and also his bodily illnesses, he made time to come to a couple of our meetings. And his vision, apart from the religious vision for the temple, he immediately understood the social and political commitments we were talking about and the need for our community to have a greater voice in the happenings in our community, in the state, and in the country. So I am truly grateful for that, and will continue to work with the temple leadership in advancing our overall Hindu community's voice. Secondly, just now Raghuji briefly mentioned this. I don't know how many of you are aware. I am personally aware that many, many great sadhakas have been attracted to this temple from all over the world. And they have been visiting here and have been connecting, energizing us with their presence, with their visits, and also drawing from this fountain that Dr. Kumar has created for us. So truly grateful for this blessing he brought us into the middle of us. As one of the devotees previously said, it truly is a Shakti Pita. I leave you all with this one humble request. Many people talked about how Dr. Kumar's face would light up when he starts talking about the mother. I request all of us to be fired up by that energy. Let us be excited, as excited, when we talk about this temple, when we talk about this. Hari Om, Namah Shivaya.
Thank you. Sweta Sharma. Want a chair?
Come on. Hi, Juru. No, we had to turn around and say, Come. Hello. Hi, how are you? I'm so nervous to speak over here and stand in front of all of you, such revered people and great knowledgeable souls over here. I was listening to everybody's experience. It was awesome and so overwhelming. I was thinking there are so many great times that I was, when I had the opportunity to be in his presence and with him. Sometimes, I won't take much of your time. There are two little experiences that I wanted to share. 5 years of our marriage, where's my husband? There he is. Yeah, he's always hiding somewhere. So we didn't have any children then, and people thought that we're not having any children. We were having some problems, but it was me who did not want to have any responsibilities. And the 5th year, Dr. Ravi and Shiva Bhaiya, they were like, we're having Janmashtami Utsav and you have to sit and do the puja. And I was like, okay. When I sat for the puja, Dr. Kumar was there and he's like, and there were many couples who were sitting over there. When I got up and I was walking, Dr. Kumar was like, next year you're not coming, both of you are not coming alone. You are coming, the 3 of you are coming. I was like, okay, whatever. And then this one just came along the next year, the following year. This is Adya Shakti. Adya Shakti, say hello. Then came, 4 years later, life went along. 4 years later, when I was having Aradhya, my mother was, she suffered a stroke. I was really, really so, I was in my first trimester and I didn't know what to do. My dad was in the hospital and she was suffering 1 month. She was almost in coma. So when I just came one day over here and there was no special occasion, he was there in the afternoon. I told him this is happening and he said, leave it to her and just take care of the baby and everything is going to be fine. That night I spoke to my father and my father said the same line, exactly same line. माँ पर छोड़ दो, like in Hindi, सब कुछ देवी पे छोड़ दो और अपने बच्चे का ध्यान रखो, otherwise it will affect the child. My mother suffered a stroke, but she woke up after a month and all. then came along Aradhya, and then after 4 years, I lost my father in COVID, and it was a very, very dreadful experience for me. Within 11 months of him passing away, I don't know when and how, but this one had to come in. But that time, I was diagnosed with diabetes. What's it called? Gestational diabetes. But in the very first trimester itself, instead of taking the tablets, I was put on insulin. So I used to take 60 units of insulin all the time. Yes.
Hello.
Say Ram Krishnari?
Ram Krishnari.
Ram Krishnari. By the time, by the end of my last trimester, my doctors were like, we cannot go past 1 week, otherwise it'll be a difficult thing. And they were like, even after the we delivered the baby, you probably must have been pre-diabetic, so you will be diabetic. And it's very likely that the baby is also going to be diabetic. That night, the next day morning, I was going to have a C-section. That night also, the temples were about to shut the door. I just came into the Shakti Garbha there. Doctor was right there. I just sat down, and he said, it's your turn. Now the family is going to be complete. I was like, how do you say so? He's like, I know. She's telling me. I was like, okay. And then he's like, why are you worried? Then I told him the whole story, that this is how I've gone through my 9 months of pregnancy, and I'm taking so many units of insulin. So he's like, 1 more unit, that's it. She's saying 1 more unit, and then you're not taking anything. But then I said, but the doctors are saying the baby might be diabetic. How is it going to be? It's going to be such a difficult life for the baby. She's like, just 1 more unit, that's all. Go happy, and just everything's going to be fine. Just smile, eat good breakfast and go. I was like, I've not eaten anything in the 9 months. I look at the food and my sugar just spikes up. It's like, eat nice food and go. I was like, okay, fine. As soon as they delivered, when I went in, my sugar was spiking to 500. When I delivered the baby, and when they took me back in the room, it came back to normal. And they kept poking me to see if it's giving a wrong reading, and they kept poking him. His feet was blue, mine were black and blue. We were in the hospital for 4 days, but neither was I diabetic, nor was he, and our blood pressure was absolutely normal, and I'm not diabetic at all, neither is he. So I was like, what is this? And one thing that I want to tell about him, I was talking to this one, my older one is very inquisitive about these things. So she was like, Mama, you were telling Daddy that Dr. Kumar gave away everything to the temple. I was like, yes. So where does he live now? I'm like, he lives in our heart, he lives in our soul, he lives in our mind. So she's like, but how does it, what do you mean? I said, Adya, he's left his physical form, but he'll always live in our heart and our soul and our mind. So I think he's like in Hindi, we call Nirmohi. So basically, I feel it is so difficult to, and it takes a very, very powerful and an energized soul to do this. I was telling her, and a small example, you can earn $100,000 and give it to your children. You can probably earn millions or billions and give it to your children. If your children are wise, they'll invest and double or triple it, and then use it and probably pass it on. But what he has done, it will go on through generations together. I mean, your generations, and it'll just go on. His name is become Amar. It is always immortal now, So I feel it is the best thing that he has done, and for all of us. I was telling her the same thing. Anybody who comes to this temple with their wishes or their sorrows, and they come and pray here, Amma listens and blesses them. Those people, when they say thank you, their blessings is coming to our family, like your family. So thank you so much. You guys are awesome. And everyone who takes care of this temple is just simply awesome. Thank you. I'm so glad. Sorry I took a lot of time. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Sweta. I think it's very personal and very touching story. Thank you so much for sharing it. doctor always love to share these kind of experience so everybody can get the benefit out of it. So I think she did the exact right thing what he wants all of us to do. Pradeep?
Thank you for giving me this opportunity to talk about the Jnani, and my guru is the founder of this temple. Dr. Garu, as I have something that probably not many of you know that I'm sharing now. It was I think it was 2016 when our Rajagopuram was built. I happened to be one of the committee meetings where Dr. and Dr. Hari Garu, and that time some committee members were there. So I was sitting at one corner and listening to all the conversation. And they want to do the Rajagopuram Kumbhabhishekam, or going to the top of the Rajagopuram on the crane and doing the puja there. So suddenly Dr. Garu says, how about we get an elephant? They were talking about the cow and bringing the cow milk and all. And now Dr. Garu said, how about we get an elephant and take it to the top of that Rajagopuram and do Pulabhishekam. And everyone was silent. What, elephant to the top? And it's not practically possible. So Dr. Hari Garu said, oh, this is not, let's talk practically. I was so amazed at the bhakti he has towards Amma. He can make anything to happen for the sake of this temple, for the sake of Amma. For Amma, he can do to go to any extent of the love. That is the love he has, unconditional and innocent and a jnani love. It doesn't depend on anything. He doesn't depend. Oh, this is crane, I have to go up, I have to take animal violation, and all these things he doesn't think. When it comes to Amma, he does it. It's just do it. And he calls himself as a mailman, as everyone knew. For me, the biggest mail he delivered is this temple. And that is no less than anything. As I have a small personal thing that I want to tell, that I had a stomach pain, and I went to my physician. And my physician said, you have to go to gastroenterologist. Then I said, doctor was almost at the last stages of his practice. He was about to retire. So I said, oh, who else? Do you have anybody in mind? Who else? Dr. Krishna Kumar is our priest. He was a founder of the temple. And oh no, he is very old. You better choose for somebody else. Then I come out of the physician office, and then Amma gave me this pain. And for what else? To go to doctor. He is the one who saw me inside and out. And it could be said like inside my Atma itself, he has seen me probably, who knows, right? I have a special connection with him in that means. The other thing is I want to read a small poem that I wrote on this temple, few lines, if that time doesn't matter. So this temple, as Dr. Garu said, this is a few lines of my poem. Sarasota Vidi, Saraswati Totai Virisindi. The temple is built on Sarasota Vidi, which has become a Saraswati Tota, is a garden of Saraswati Tota. Pontiac Nagari, Shakti Peetamai Velisindi. Pontiac Nagari, this city of Pontiac has become Shakti Peetam. Mansu Kurisi, Michigan, Himagiri Sogasalu Virajallindi. The Michigan has snow flurries, has come up with snow flurries, where it turned itself as Himagiri, the Himalayas. Ningi Nelaku Varadai, Devatala Sannidhanamai Rajagopuram Velisindi. The, the Rajagopuram has become the bridge between the Devatas and us. And it has become a bridge between the Bhumi and the earth and this heaven. Vaidyudaina Krishnude, ee Kovila Nirmanam Saradikaga, the Krishna, the doctor who has come as a doctor, has become the Saradi. Though his name is Krishna, he has become Saradi for what? Saradi for building this temple. He has come as the Saradi for building this temple. Amma, nee pada sannidhi cheri, ma janma danyamaindi. We ran to your feet, Amma, then to make our lives precious. So bless us, Amma. Bless us, Doctor.
Thank you, Pradeep. Next is Kannappan.
Namaskaram, everyone. As like most of you, I am also one of the devotee as well as one volunteer touched by, so many mystical experiences and spiritual journey towards Amma. And you can tell so many incidences and so many things happened in this temple. I'm really grateful, and I want to thank Doctor for giving such a wonderful opportunity to connect with our Amma. That's all I can say, and thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Kannappan. Gayatri Amma.
I'm so fortunate to be part of this temple. Mother has brought me here to this temple. When I came to this temple in 2018, by mother's guidance, I didn't know about Dr. Garu. But slowly I learned about, like, whatever I was searching for searching in my life, and Dr. Garu used to say the same things, like scientifically explaining the deities. And one day I was surprised. He said, like, Ayyappa Swami energy is the dark energy in the universe. And that was like, I was so interested in that. I was trying to learn approach divinity in that aspect. I was more interested into cosmology. And then this temple has, like, I am from Tirupati. That is like more temple places, like a lot of temples are, ancient temples are there. I used to miss that aspect in my life. But as soon as I came here, I felt that everything is here. I stopped missing India about temples or anything. For me, this is Kashi, this is Himalayas, this is everything. The moment I came to this temple, I experienced that. And Dr. Garu, he said, like, see, whatever I am experiencing, I don't know, somehow he knows about it. And he says that you are touched by mother and you got this experience. And then he asked me, are you happy? Whenever a great celebration happens, he comes and asks me, are you happy? And then sometimes, like, why he's asking me, like, he showed me like such a love. And for me, I never thought like he's my guru or anything. But when he left, all I can think of is like, he is major part of my life. I didn't realize until he left this plane. I'm ever grateful for Dr. Garu for giving this beautiful temple. For me, this temple is everything. Thank you.
Can put some flowers. Thank you, Gayatri Amma. Next is last one, Sunita Amma.
Well, it is 8:45 p.m. and it's like 45 minutes beyond the time. And everyone has said everything what I wanted to tell about our dearest Dr. Kumar. He has touched everyone's hearts, and including me. And I would also want to thank the family for letting us have him. You know, it's like, you must be thinking that, you know, he's always for all his devotees for Amma. But what he has given us and what you have sacrificed too, because you know what, whenever he speaks to us, like how Dr. Shailaja used to say, it's your time too, right? Like, you know, to be with him. Even when he was sick and he was discharged from the hospital and all the omams and all used to be performed, you used to sit with him till the end, you know. He used to tell us, explain everything about what he saw about on that day, particular day, which God and goddesses came and blessed all of us. So thank you first. And I would also want everyone to give a big shout out to all the priests of this temple. I'm telling you really, this temple, all the priests, like I get to hear from my sister and my brother-in-law, they are board of trustees of many temples in Cincinnati. But they usually, that is Subramaniam and Sri Lakshmi, they come to this temple all the way from Cincinnati, Ohio, and they praise the priest. Thank you so much. All the alankarams you do for this temple during Dasra time, you know, you feel as if you came to heaven, even though you are living in this, you know, in this world, in this materialistic world, I can say. But the alankarams are so beautiful. Thank you, Manu Amma, for all the flower arrangement. We truly, truly appreciate it. You know, every time we see the alankaram, it's like the God is within us. And what, you know, it's already 8:50. We are all hungry. I can say that I'm hungry too. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Dr. Kumar, for such a wonderful temple. And my husband is a board member of this temple, I think only 2 years ago. But we always disagree to many things in our life. We fight and we, you know, but whenever we get a call from any of the temple members or anything, or even from Dr. Kumar, I heard him speaking to Dr. Kumar, I said, oh my God, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, Amma, because we don't fight on that particular day. Thank you, and we'll miss you, Dr. Kumar. But wherever you are, please bless us, give us the same direction, responsibility, and love, and guidance to continue throughout everyone's lifetime. And please keep touching everyone's soul. So also let me add, like, I always used to visit this temple since 1999. But truly what touched my heart was like in 2013, we had Chandi Umam or something, during Navratri one Sunday. And then my husband Kishan was out of country. He was traveling. And 2013, Goddess Amma came into my dream. And she said that, I sent you my beautiful gift, but you haven't received it yet. So I was wondering, what beautiful gift is it? So I had energized Ganesha in my mailbox. And since then, I'm truly blessed to be associated with this temple. And thank you to all the volunteers, board members. Let's keep this temple, you know, the same like how Dr. Kumar visioned. And we should keep his vision active and always be happy. Thank you. Now let's go for dinner.
Put some flowers. Okay, I think it's last to call the priest. So we want the priest to say a few words about Dr. Mama. Vardhu Shanmo Mama.
Om Sakti. Maram. What is maram? மரம்னாக்க எனக்கு இங்கிலீஷில் பேச வராது, நான் தமிழில் பேசுகிறேன். மரம்ங்கிறது 4 விதமான லோகங்கள். அந்த லோகத்தில் ஒன்றாவது பூலோகத்துக்கு சம்ஸ்கிருதத்தில் பேர் வந்து மரம்னு பேர். எதுக்காக மரம்னு பேர் வச்சுருக்கா அப்படின்னாக்க, இங்கேண்டு மட்டும்தான் மோட்சத்தை அடைய முடியும். வேறு சொர்க்கம் 14 லோகம் இருக்குது. 14 லோகத்துலேருந்தும் ஒரு லோகத்துலேருந்தும் உங்கள் மோட்சத்தை அடைகிறதுக்கு சான்ஸே கிடையாது. அதான் சாஸ்திரம் சொல்கிறது. அது வந்து மரங்கிறது வந்து பூமிக்கு வந்து அது கொடுத்துருக்காங்க. ஏன்னா இங்கே வந்து தான் பாபம் புண்ணியம் என்ன பண்ணுறாலும் ரெண்டும் கலந்ததான பிறவி மட்டும்தான் இந்த பூலோகத்தில் பண்ண முடியும். வேறு வந்து பாக்கி எல்லா லோகத்திலும் புண்ணியம் பண்ணியிருந்தால் சொர்க்கத்தில் மட்டும்தான் போகலாம், பாபம் பண்ணி தான் நரகத்தை மட்டும்தான் அங்கே தான் போய் பிறப்பா. அதே மாதிரி இங்கே வந்து பாபம் புண்ணியம் ரெண்டும் பிறந்த நெத்தி தான் இங்கே வந்து பூலோகத்தில் வந்து பிறக்க முடியும். அதுக்கு தான் மரம்னு பேர் வச்சுருக்கா சம்ஸ்கிருதத்தில். ஸ்மிருதி சொல்கிறது இதில் வந்து நஜாகத்தே மிருகத்தே வா கதாச்சித் நியாயம் பூத்வா நிபிதாபானு பூஜா அஜோ நித்ய சாஸ்வதோயம் புராண நஹன்யத்தே ஹன்யமானே சரீரே. பகவத்கீதா 2வது சாப்டர். ஆத்மா, சோல் அண்ட் ஆத்மா வந்து ஸ்தூல சரீரம் தான் வந்து அழிஞ்சிருக்கே வெஞ்சு. இப்போது டாக்டர் வந்து சூஷ்ம சரீரமாக இந்த டெம்பிளில் தான் இங்கே தான் இருக்கார். எங்கே போக நினைக்கவே வேண்டாம். டாக்டர் குமார் எங்கே இருக்காருன்னா இங்கே கோவிலில் இருக்கார். எல்லா சூஷ்ம சரீரமாக இங்கே இருந்திருக்கார். ஸ்தூல சரீரமாக தான் அவர் மறைஞ்சிருக்காரு வெஞ்சு. ஸ்தூல சரீரமாக இங்கே தான் இருந்துருக்கார். அதனால் பகவத்கீதையே சொல்கிறது. அதனால் ஆத்மாவுக்கு மட்டும் தான், ஆத்மா என்றைக்கும் அழிவே கிடையாது. ஆத்மாவுக்கு வந்து என்றைக்கும் அழிவு கிடையாது. ஸ்தூல சரீரம் மட்டும்தான் அப்பப்போ நம்ம சட்டை மாற்றுற மாதிரி ஒவ்வொரு ஜென்மத்துக்கு நம்ம எடுத்துகிட்டு போயிட்டு இருக்கோம். அதே மாதிரி தான் டாக்டர். இந்த டாக்டர் வந்து இங்கே என்ன பெரிய காரியம் என்ன பண்ணியிருக்காருன்னா, எல்லாருக்கும் மோட்சம் கிடைக்கிறதுக்கு உள்ள வழியை பண்ணிட்டு போயிருக்கார். அதுதான் இம்பார்ட்டன்ஸ். எல்லோரும் நிறைய பேர் கோவில் கட்டுறா, நிறைய பேர் எல்லாரும் பண்ணுறா, எல்லாமே நடக்கிறது. ஆனால் இந்த கோவிலில் என்ன விசேஷம் அப்படின்னாக்க சாநித்தியம் தான். இந்த கோவிலில் வந்து பூஜை நமஸ்காரம் ஹோமங்கள் எல்லாமே ப்ராப்பராக எப்படி பண்ணணுமோ அதே மாதிரி இங்கே நடக்கிறது. இங்கே கோவிலில் மட்டும்தான். பாக்கி நிறையா இடத்துல கோவிலெலாம் போயிருக்கேன், எல்லாத்தையும் நடக்கிறது எல்லாம் பண்ணிட்டுருக்கா. ஒரு அளவு தானே வேஞ்சு இங்கே உள்ள மாதிரி சின்சியாரிட்டி. அதுவும் டாக்டர் வந்து எவ்வளோ சின்சியராக இங்கே உட்காந்து இந்த வயசுக்கும் ஹோமத்தை லாஸ்ட்டாக வந்து லாஸ்ட்டு ஹோமத்தில் அட்டென்ட் பண்ணுறது வந்து நியூ இயர் தான். ஃபஸ்ட் இயர் நியூ இயருக்கு ஓப்பன் பண்ணார். 2 மணி நேரம் 2.5 மணி நேரம் ஆச்சு ஹோமத்துக்கு. நான் தான் பண்ணினேன். உட்காந்துட்டு ஃபுல்லாக உட்காந்து பேசினார். ஃபுல்லாக உட்காந்து அட்டென்ட் பண்ணிவிட்டு அவளை என்ஜாய் பண்ணார். முதல்ல சிலப்போ சொல்லுவார் ரொம்ப லேட்டாக சொல்லுவார். ஆனால் அப்புறமா பின்னாடி என்கிட்ட வந்து சொல்வார் பியூட்டிஃபுல்லாக இருந்து, ரொம்ப மந்திரங்கள்லாம் ரொம்ப ஜாஸ்தியாக இருந்து, ரொம்ப பின்னாடி வந்து சொல்லுவார். அதே மாதிரி எதுக்கு சொல்ல வரேன்னா, இங்கே வந்து மோட்சம் கிடைக்கணும் அப்படின்னா அந்த கோவிலுக்கு வந்தால் தான் மோட்சம் கிடைக்கும். ஏன் அப்படின்னா அவ்வளோ சாநித்தியம் இங்கே இருக்குது. பாக்கி எல்லாம் கிடச்சிரும், மோட்சம் கிடைக்கிறது இஸ் நாட் ஈஸி. அதனால் மோட்சம் வேணும் அப்படிங்கிறவா இங்கே வந்து யார் வராலோ அம்பாள் சன்னதியில் வந்து 2 நிமிஷம் நின்று பேசினா அது அடிக்கடி வரணும். வந்து பார்த்தா அம்பாள் வந்து நம்மளை பார்க்கணும். நம்ம அம்பாள் பார்க்குறது இல்லை, அம்பாள் வந்து நம்மளை பார்க்கணும். அப்போ எப்போ பார்ப்பா தெரியாது நமக்கு. அதனால் அடிக்கடி வரணும் கோவிலுக்கு. அம்பாள் சொன்னது 2 பிரார்த்தனை பண்ணினாக்க ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்காக உங்களுக்கு வந்து அம்பாள் என்றைக்கு கண்ணை திறப்பான்னு தெரியாது. திறந்துட்டான்னா அவள் தான் அன்றைக்கி மோட்சம் கிடைச்சாச்சு உங்களுக்குலாம். அது வந்து எந்த விதமான சான்ஸும் கிடையாது. அவ்வளோ வைப்ரேஷன் உள்ள கோவில். இவ்வளோ பெரிய சான்சஸ் நமக்கு டாக்டர் கொடுத்ததுக்கு டாக்டருக்கு பெரிய தேங்க்ஸ் சொல்ல வேண்டியது. டாக்டருக்கு நமஸ்காரம் பண்ணி எல்லா கோவிலுக்கு வந்து எல்லாருமே டிவோட்டில் வந்து எல்லாரையும் வந்து இங்கே என்னெல்லாம் வந்து காமனாக இருக்கோ அத்தனையும் அடையணும் பிரார்த்தனை பண்ணி உணர்த்திக்கிறேன். ஓம் சக்தி.
நானும் தமிழில் பேசுகிறேன். நான் இங்கிலீஷில் அவ்வளோ ஃப்ளூயண்ட்டாக எனக்கு வராது. நான் வந்து 2012 வந்தேன் இந்த கோவிலுக்கு. ஜூன் மாதம் வந்தேன். நான் ஆல்மோஸ்ட் 12 இயர்ஸ் ஆகுது நான் வந்து. வந்தபோது ஜெகநாத் ரத யாத்திரை. அப்போ தான் நான் ஃபஸ்ட் டைம் டாக்டரை பார்க்குறேன். நமஸ்காரம்னார். அப்புறம் கிளம்பியாச்சு. அப்புறம் கொஞ்ச நாள் ஆச்சு. டியூஸ்டே மீட்டிங்லாம் வருவார். எல்லாம் பேசிகிட்டு இருக்கோம். என்ன பண்ணி படிச்சிருக்கேன் எல்லாம் விசாரித்தேன். எல்லாம் ஆச்சு. அதுக்கப்புறம் இன்னும் கொஞ்ச நாள் போயிட்டே இருக்கும்போது இந்த வெங்கடேஸ்வரா பற்றி பேசிட்டு இருக்கும்போது இந்த காயத்ரி பற்றிலாம் பேசியிருந்தோம். நானும் டாக்டர் இன்னமும் ஒரு ப்ரீஸ்ட்டு நான் பேசியிருந்தோம். அப்போது சொல்லும் போது இங்கே போக ஸ்ரீனிவாசன் சொன்னார். போக ஸ்ரீனிவாசர் ஓகே திருப்பதியில் இருக்கார். இங்கே போக ஸ்ரீனிவாசர் இருக்கார். ஓகே இங்கே போக ஸ்ரீனிவாசனா அது ரூபம் வேறு. அந்த ரூபம் எதில் சொல்கிறான்னு பார்த்தா இங்கே உற்சவ விக்கிரமாக சின்ன விக்கிரகம் ஒன்று இருக்குது. இங்கே பார்த்தீங்கன்னா பெருமாள்கிட்ட தெரியும். அந்த விக்கிரகத்துக்கு போக ஸ்ரீனிவாசன் பெயரை வச்சு, ஏன்னா சுவாமி என்ன வேணா இருக்கலாம், ஆனால் அந்த சுவாமிக்கு நம்ம என்ன பேர் வச்சு கூப்பிட்றோமோ அந்த பேரில் அந்த சுவாமி இங்கே இருப்பார். அம்பாள்னா பராசக்தினா அது ரூபம் இருக்குது. நிறையா ரூபங்கள் இருக்கிற மாதிரி பராசக்தியும் மெயின். மாரியம்மன் பராசக்தி தான், இவளும் பராசக்தி தான். அப்படியும் போது நம்ம அந்த சுவாமி பேர் என்ன சொல்கிறோமோ அதுமாரி இந்த விசாரிக்கும் போது கேட்டால் என் வாத்தியாரம் எல்லாத்தையும் கேட்போம் இல்லையா, அதுமாரி கேட்கும்போது இதுமாரி சமாச்சாரம் இதுமாரி ரூபம் ஒன்று இருக்குது உள்ளே வச்சுருக்கா சொல்லி கேள்விப்பட்டேன். அப்புறம் டாக்டர் எப்படி தெரிஞ்சுது அப்படின்னா அது தெரியாது. அவருக்கு ஏதோ சொல்லியிருக்கா, யாரோ சொன்னாலும் நமக்கு தெரியாது. அதே மாதிரி உலகத்திலே எனக்கு தெரிஞ்சு நான் பழகிருக்கேன். நான் கோயில் போயிருக்கேன். நான் பார்த்ததுலேயே இந்த ராஜகோபுரம் மட்டும்தான் தேவதைகளாக ஃபுல்லாக நிரப்பியிருக்கு. அதாவது 500 தேவதைகள் இருக்குது. அக்ஷர தேவதை, அக்ஷரம்லாம் ஒரு தேவதையாக இருக்க மாதிரி இங்கே வச்சுருக்கா. அதெல்லாம் டாக்டர் எப்படி பண்ணா தெரியாது. அவ்வளோ அனுகிரகம் பண்ணி நம்மளுக்கு அம்பாள் அவருக்கு அனுகிரகம் பண்ணி அந்த அனுகிரகத்தை டாக்டர் மூலிமா நம்மளுக்கு அனுகிரகம் பண்ணியிருக்கா அம்பாள். அதனால் எல்லாரும் டாக்டர் இருக்கும் போது எப்படி இருந்தோமோ அதே மாதிரி எல்லாருமே சேர்ந்து டாக்டர் இல்லாத போதும் இருக்கார். ஆனால் எல்லாரும் சேர்ந்து நம்ம இந்த கோவிலில் இன்னும் நிறையா கொண்டு போகணும். என்னால் முடிஞ்ச அளவுக்கும் அம்பா எவ்வளோ நாள் அனுகிரகம் பண்ணுறாலோ அவ்வளோ நாளைக்கும் ஜீவித்த முழுக்கும் இங்கே இருந்துட்டு அம்பா கைங்கரியம் பண்ணணும்னு ஆசைப்பட்றேன். அம்பா அனுகிரகம் பண்ணுவா. எல்லாரும் சேர்ந்து இருந்து இந்த கோவிலை டாக்டர் எப்படி நினச்சாரோ அதை விட இன்னும் மேலே ஒன் ஸ்டெப் மேலே நம்ம கொண்டு போகணும் இந்த கோவிலில். அதுதான் அவருடைய தாட். ஏன்னா சொல்லலாம் நம்ம வந்து 33 சன்னதி நம்ம கட்டியிருக்கோம் அப்படின்னு சாதாரணமாக சொல்லிடலாம். ஆனால் டாக்டர் வந்து அதை பெரிய விஷயமாக எடுத்துன்னு போயின்ட்டுருக்கார். நிறையா நம்ம வந்து ஒரு சுவாமியை, அதாவது ஒரு இடத்துல இவ்வளோ இந்த ஒரு கோவில்னால் இந்த சுவாமி தான் இருக்கணும்னு சொல்லி ஆகம சாஸ்திரம் இருக்குது. இவ்வளோ சுவாமி தான் நம்ம வச்சுக்கணும்னு சொல்லி இருக்குது. ஆனால் டாக்டர் விஷன் வேறு, அம்பா சொன்னத விஷன் வேறு. ஒரு கோவிலில் இவ்வளோ சுவாமிகள், நீங்கள் எந்த கோவில் போனாலும் இவ்வளோ ராமர் இருப்பார், 2 ராமர் இருப்பார், அம்பாள் இருப்பார், 2 அம்பாள் இருப்பாள், பிள்ளையார் இருப்பார், 10 பிள்ளையார் இருப்பார், அதுமாரி நிறையா பிள்ளையார் இருப்பார். ஆனால் இங்கே வந்து பார்த்தீங்கன்னா சுவாமியே வேறுபடுறார். நிறையா சுவாமி வேறுபடும். ஜெகநாதர் இருப்பார், உங்களுக்கு என்னென்ன சுவாமி பிரத்திங்கரை வர போகிறா. அதேமாதிரி திருஷ்டிபீடத்துக்கிட்ட நம்ம நிறையா சுவாமிகள்லாம் வைக்க போகிறதா கிராம தேவதைகள்லாம் நம்ம இந்தியா போக முடியாது. இப்போ உள்ள சூழ்நிலைகளில் இந்தியா போக முடியாது சடனா அப்படின்னா குலதெய்வத்துக்கு பூஜை பண்ணாமல் ஒருத்தர் இருக்கக்கூடாது. அதெல்லாம் டாக்டர் யோசிச்சிருக்கார், அதெல்லாம் தோணியிருக்கு பொழுது. அதனால் அந்த குலதெய்வத்தை இங்கே பிரதிஷ்டை பண்ணோம் அப்படின்னா யார் யாரெல்லாம் இந்தியா போக முடியாதோ, குலதெய்வ நமஸ்காரம் பண்ண முடியாதோ அவளாம் இங்கே வந்து அந்த குலதெய்வத்துக்கு பூஜை பண்ணலாம். கருப்பண்ண சுவாமியாகட்டும், என்ன சுவாமி உங்களுக்கு குலதெய்வமோ அந்த குலதெய்வம் பூஜை பண்ணலாம் அப்படின்லாம் சொல்லி அம்பாள் அனுகிரகம் பண்ணி உத்தரவு போட்டிருக்கார் டாக்டர்கிட்ட. அதனால் ராஜா தான் கோவில் கட்ட முடியும். ராஜா மட்டும்தான் உலகத்திலே பெரிய ராஜா யார் இருக்காரோ, காசு இருந்தால் கட்ட முடியாது. காசு யார் வேணால் இருக்கலாம், இன்றைக்கி வரும் நாளைக்கு போயிடும். ஆனால் மனசு வரணும், அந்த சுவாமி அனுகிரகம் இருக்கணும், அந்த ராஜாவாக அவன் இருந்திருக்கணும். அந்த ஆள் வந்து பூர்வ ஜென்மத்தில் பூர்வ யுகத்தில் ராஜாவாக இருந்தால் மட்டும்தான் அந்த ஆத்மா கோவிலை கட்ட முடியும். அதுமாரி டாக்டர் கோவில் கட்டியிருக்கார். இந்த ராஜகோபுரம் ஒன்றே போரும் நம்ம கோவில் எப்போ சிறப்பாக இருக்குங்கிறதுக்கு. அதனால் டாக்டர் நினச்சதை விட நிறையா நம்ம அவருக்கு மேலே நம்ம பண்ண முடியாது, ட்ரை பண்ணலாம். ரொம்ப அனுகிரகம் பண்ணுவோம் அதுக்கும். அதனால் எல்லாம் சேர்ந்து ஒன்றா சேர்ந்து இந்த கோவிலை நடத்தணும்னு சொல்லி டாக்டர் மூலியமாக எல்லாத்தையும் நமஸ்காரம் பண்ணிக்கிறேன். நான் நாராயணன்.
So it's my turn to say a few words now. Okay. So I'm a simple person. I cannot speak emotionally that much. But first, thanks to the family for giving doctor to us for a long, long time. And I think I started somewhere in 1999 something. I used to come here for Murugan Sami function and then hang around here. And one day, Dr. Kumar called me to come and join the team all of a sudden. I don't know why, but we joined the team at the time. And then he eventually asked me to run the Kumbhabhishekam, and then on and on after that, okay? And I asked him, like, how do you know that I can do these kind of things? But he says, like, he can see through the people, that what he has done before, that continues in this life also. So that's how he can see through people, he can connect it, and then he says everybody has a role to play in this temple. They're small or big or anything. So the one thing I want to touch on it is the Dr. Shailajamma said, she left, I don't know, she's here. This is the one temple, as long as you are a devotee and a sincere volunteer and pray to Mother, you can do anything anybody wants to do. When you did the Kumbhabhishekam, all the people, devotees, were able to go to the Rajagopuram and do the Kalasabhishekam. There's nobody anywhere you can do that in the India temple. You can be a owner of the temple, but still you cannot do that. And then even in the Homagundam, you are able to sit and do the Homam in there. All the volunteers were able to do that. There's nowhere anybody can do that. So he has broken all the rules as long as you are a devotee of the Mother and able to do this. So that's one thing I was so impressed by that, and we're still attached to Dr. Kumar forever. And last few years after the Rajagopuram Kumbhabhishekam, I was able to be with him in all the function together with him. And when he was physically, need some help, I was able to be with him here in the temple all the time. So I was so blessed. I was so happy with Dr. Kumar that he has given to everything to us, and will continue the same way what he wants to have it, okay? Thank you.
Okay, so if anybody wants to offer the flower, please come to the stage and please do offer the flower. And after that, food is ready. So go around the Sannidhanam behind Lakshmi Narasimhar Sannidhanam. So please take dinner prasadam. So this is just a simple token of appreciation from the temple. And please collect the prasadam. We have made a lot of boxes. So please collect your dinner prasadam. Thank you so much once again. It is very amazing to see so many people who are being attached to this temple, and this is all possible only through Dr. Kumar. Stayed for 2.5 hours patiently and listening everybody's speech. Really, really appreciate and thank you so much.